Hi, guys. We are to the end of the series. I know at the beginning that I said it was going to be two parts, and it became three, but we didn't want to leave out any of the story. It's such a cool story. We do want to say special thank you to Chris and Michelle for the time that they've given to us and how they've shared their story with us. Um, it's incredible to move to Alaska in February. And like I said, if you have not seen the first two episodes, you need to go back and watch those. I tagged them at the bottom, and you need to actually get caught up because you don't want to miss any of it. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed it. And without further ado, we're going to join the conversation now and go from there. Thanks, guys.
Yep.
So what's the you'd mentioned the 2 year focus on doing the hike?
Well, we've been starting on hiking, and it's something we always just have really liked. I used to be a runner, and I ran a marathon and stuff, but I'm getting a little old to do that now on a consistent basis. So, but the hiking, we just both really love it.
Cool.
So, something we've always thought about, probably me more so, is hiking the Appalachian Trail. And we've been watching a lot of YouTube videos on it and following people our age that are hiking it. And I think in 2022 we're going to do it.
Yeah, how many miles is that thing?
2,200 miles.
And how long will that
It'll take about 6 months.
Okay.
That's a lot of
It
preparation.
will take at least 6 months for us.
Wow.
It's a good commitment to mileage, to make it all in one season.
I would say.
But we're going to have the right gear and do it right. We're doing a lot of research
Right.
on what kind of food to eat.
Yeah, and I mean, we've actually been doing that for years because we, not to name drop, but even like Packet Gourmet, all the foods that you rehydrate on the trail. Because we're both kind of foodies. And you'll do what you need to do, but we've been even doing that for years. Like probably 4 years we've been hiking and trying out different things and new things and talking about it. And
Right.
But it is a big commitment, and through cold weather and probably snow at the beginning of it and higher elevations, and
But how fun.
yeah, it'll be an experience.
How, that experience and so rewarding too.
And we want to figure out some way to record it.
Yeah.
yeah, I don't think it sounds
Definitely.
like fun. I don't think everybody on the trail that we're
Well,
watching on YouTube is saying, "Hey,
This
is
is be
fun."
fun. You know what I mean, though. It'd be beautiful, and so a great
But
accomplishment.
yeah, it's definitely an experience, and maybe that's. I mean, it's just.
Come on, you can have fun no matter where
I
you're
think
at.
about 1,000 people finish it every year,
Oh, really?
and but that's about a quarter of the people that started.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
since the COVID, it's also changed because there's limitations in different towns as far as
Okay, right.
who wants people on the trail coming into their communities and
Okay.
But we already live kind of minimalist,
Yeah.
so that's not a big deal for us. And we will have an RV along the trail, but, we can take some time off here and there, a couple days,
Right. So
recoup.
now this winter, of course you're going to be heading down south, and you were talking about stopping and seeing us in Alabama, but then going on down to the Keys and spending some time. That's the thing I think that people get real jealous of is the fact. I mean, like you just said, we live right here on the lake. I mean, it's gorgeous. This winter, be down in the Keys with the salt water and all that. I mean, not most people get to see
after
it.
hurricane
Yeah,
season.
and our
Right.
thing too is we always said let's take a month in between. So we'll be up here for the summer and then take a month and travel around.
Yep.
And I think this year it might be 2 months. I think we might
Right.
wait till like January before we start working.
We spent time in Monticello and did that whole thing, and I mean, and
Went
just
down the
the
East Coast.
Civil
last
War
year.
history, all the way down, just all the way down.
So you guys
Historical
like
markers
history.
everywhere.
Nice.
It's just, get acquainted with
Right. Hope we
who
don't
we
have
are
too
and
many.
how we got there.
Hope we don't have too many expenses on the road, you know,
Right.
repairs or.
Right.
So far, we've been pretty fortunate.
Yeah, stuff happens, but yeah.
But we kind of figure that's rather than having a house payment or.
Oh, yeah.
Keep up on some of that stuff.
Well, it's funny when we first got into it. Of course, I was a time guy. You know, had to, that times and she was the one that actually got me worked out of that to where it's like, you know, we don't have to be in a certain place at a certain time. It's, you know, Sundays when everybody's leaving here. You know, everybody's straight faced, frowning. They got to go back to work
Right.
tomorrow.
Right.
We're on
Right.
vacation.
Right.
You know, we're working, but we're still get to stay.
Right.
You know?
Fun.
And we
That's
kind of
just
have an
crazy.
unwritten rule that we're off the road by 3 in the afternoon.
Okay.
When we're traveling.
Yeah, so
we're
you do
just-
short jaunts.
We do it 4 or 5 hours. You know, it's usually planned out way ahead of time anyway. Maybe
Makes
not
it
exactly where we're going to be,
enjoyable.
but
Right.
we planned it out.
Okay.
And if we have to go, you know, an hour or two more, then it's still, you're still not like stretching it.
Right. You're
So-
not, you don't have to be somewhere at a specific time. There's no timeline there.
Right.
You know, you're not, and that's what I told him, because I know on our way up here, it was windy one day. I'm like, he goes, oh, I don't want to drive it. I'm like, don't.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Do we have to be there?
Stay another day.
We left early enough. We know we have to be there by this such and such date to start work. We don't have to be there now.
Right.
So just don't.
Yeah, it was
And I
nice.
still have to remind him of that.
This last year was a little different with the COVID stuff
Yes.
coming on and traveling.
There-
We were coming up north and large stretches of the highway. We were the only ones on the road. I mean, it was a little eerie and
How it would be, because you were up here earlier than us.
yeah, we got
It
up
was
here.
really
We were
eerie.
traveling mid-April, so
Okay.
during the peak of all this
Right,
mess.
right.
There's just nobody on the road.
Because you were coming up from almost Orlando
Yeah.
too. Yeah.
We would stop. There was the few campgrounds that were still open. There would be us and a couple other people there.
Well, and I know, like, on our way up, you had to be self-contained.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there was just certain things that
Right.
you had to do. So, I mean, because we had, I don't know about you all, but we had planned on, oh, we want to go see this, we want to go see this, we
Right.
want to go see this.
And those plans all changed.
Oh, yeah.
It was just where you could get in and
Yep.
And the one thing about being self-contained is, you know, we pull into a rest area and park over by the trucks, put the slide out, turn the generator on, and we're watching TV, and having a beer, and
Right.
You know.
like with
Yep.
popcorn.
as far as being
or-
inside, it's home, you know,
Right,
and you don't
right,
hear
yeah.
anything outside. They're pretty sealed tight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's safe. I always felt. I don't think we've really parked anywhere that we didn't feel safe at night.
No, we haven't either. Really.
No.
We've done with the Harvest Host thing and did that, you know, and it was neat. Of course, we were traveling to Illinois. It was snowing, cold, everything else. But,
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, most people go south, and we're traveling.
We're going north.
That's because we were going to see family for the holidays. So.
Right. We have Good Sam and we have Passport America. We haven't done the Harvest Host
Okay.
yet, but I think that's something we'll look at here pretty soon. We've
Love
heard enough
Passport
people.
America. Love
You
it.
would like the Harvest Host because there's the vineyards that are part of that too.
Right.
Vineyards, golf courses.
It's
I
pretty
guess,
cool.
But you don't really golf, do you?
No.
But
But there's
But
just
I do like grapes.
as I say, you got grapes.
The grapes are good.
Yeah, they would do very well by having us park.
No, that's cool. Like I said, it you know, it's just a different lifestyle. I mean, and that's the thing that, you know, I know that this past year, I think they've even had more people, you know, with COVID going to camping, so they can still get out, because I know that it was hard to get campers and everything else. So.
Our son's been looking for a camper, and he called an RV dealer, and they said call back next spring.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Now, how long is he overseas for?
He's in Afghanistan for probably at least 1 more year.
Okay. Okay.
What do the
Hopefully
kids
he'll be
think
home
about
for the
it?
holidays, but he just doesn't know.
Yeah.
I think our kids, and maybe you guys will tell me different, but I think our kids really like what we're doing.
Do they think?
Yeah.
That's what I was going to ask.
We've parked in
How
our
do they
daughter's driveway. I don't know how we fit in it, but it took us about 20 minutes to park. But, and
Sorry
spent
for
time,
your
and the kids,
neighbor.
The
Spend
grandkids
at
got to
that
come in and
edge.
spend the night.
Right.
And,
Yeah.
it's good
That's
stuff.
cool.
Yeah, it's fun.
So he's in Afghanistan. Where are the other two at then?
Yeah, one in New Mexico. My oldest is in New Mexico, and then the youngest is in
Southern
Dearborn
Michigan.
Heights.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
So you got them spread out too.
If we
Yeah.
could only get everybody to put an RV outlet,
Yeah.
30, at least a
Yeah,
30 amp,
at
maybe 50
least
amp
30.
would be good.
Hint, hint.
Yeah, they get to see Grandma and Grandpa all the time in the summer.
So I guess one of the closing questions I got is, so what's the future hold as far as the camping? What do you got? The I guess the work camping goes. Where do you guys want to go? What do you want to see?
Well, we committed to 5 years before we even bought the RV. Let's try for it, and I can already tell it's going to go longer than that.
Okay.
We would love to get up to the East Coast, New Hampshire, Maine.
Yeah.
Um, we're not real big on like far west. We like the mountains, so I can see us in, Wyoming.
Montana.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's pretty out.
Good fly fishing.
There you go.
We still have family in Michigan, so we'll come back here a lot. We'd like to work camp this year. It's just a good place.
Good people.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's we've enjoyed it. As far as, like you said, working here has been pretty laid back. You do your job, you don't hear nothing from nobody.
Right.
So, and I am doing a video on the life in a day of war camper here.
That is so cool
So-
because, there were very few, when we were really doing our research, there were very few that actually showed you what a whole day was like.
Mhm.
Right.
And interactions, and I don't know how much of that you can use when you're on YouTube and putting it on a video, but when you're doing the research and you actually have a whole day, you're like, okay, that's really cool.
Yeah.
It gives you an idea.
You're meeting lots of people that are just coming to camp and have a good time for the weekend and all of that. So.
And what I'm seeing is these RV parks are really needing people.
Mhm.
So I mentioned earlier, if you're a hard worker, you're not going to have a problem finding a job.
Yeah, as I say, there's not a lack of them. That's for sure.
Right.
You're a hard worker and you want a different view for a little while.
Right. Right. We actually were up here 3 weeks before we started working,
For you.
and they let us park here.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
It was
For
too
free.
bad. It was too bad. It
For
was
free.
35 degrees and the wind was blowing across my
We were still outside though.
But we
We
did
were
park
still
for free.
outside.
Right.
Yep.
We had to keep
Just
refilling
amazing.
our propane tank.
Right.
So fun.
Well, that's
That's
cool.
awesome.
Well, no, that's. Would you like to add any more to?
So I guess the one thing that I would say is if somebody is considering this, but they're just on that fence, I mean, what would you say to them?
Get on YouTube and
Yeah.
look for people that are doing similar stuff to what you're thinking of doing. If you're thinking about work camping, or if you're thinking about not working at all, I mean, there's people that are doing it and that are putting out videos every week. That
Right.
go on like you guys.
Or if you're working from home and you want to do it on the road, if you want to homeschool your kids on the road because your husband works from home, the possibilities are just,
We had a lot of ideas by doing that. And, we knew this RV park was here, but what cemented it for us was watching somebody's video who had worked up here.
Okay.
Yeah, that's kind of the same way that we ended up here. Is we just, I've been to Mackinac before when I was in high school, but it was like one of those things that we started checking it out and found this place. Same way with YouTube and through James and we got to actually be friends through YouTube. It was kind of weird. I mean, it's not something you would think that you would actually get to be a friendship with through watching videos and stuff, but you do. I mean, James and I were talking several months before we actually even went face to face. you know.
Camper-sized living.
Yep.
That's right.
James at Camper Size Living. Got to tag him. He tags me all the time.
Yeah. Right. But you know, there's such a wide array of things that you can research. You know how to eat. You know.
Yeah.
Get it Instapot or not get
Yeah,
Instapot.
just
you know?
keep
Sure.
just keep researching, keep looking, keep
Yeah.
keep filling your minds with information
And I would say just know that, you know, that if you have that dream and that it is possible.
it is.
I mean, I know like he does the work camping thing. You guys do the work camper thing, and I actually have I work out of the camper.
You're
room,
remote.
do
Yeah.
freelance work, so there's options.
Right.
And so just, you know, don't be afraid.
Today's age with technology, there's no reason why.
Especially now. I mean, everybody's working from home.
Right.
There's
Right.
so many people working from home now because
Right.
of everything.
Right.
So-
And it's really a workers' market. You know, right now things are a little disarray with the COVID, but it's really a workers'
Yeah.
market once it settles all out.
Yep, definitely.
And then Lucy loves it. She loves
She loves
getting in
it.
the RV.
And going for a road trip.
Yeah.
Yeah,
She gets to look
she
out the
loves
window
I don't know how many times I've walked past and
She loves
she's up in the
dinner.
big window looking
She
out.
just loves dinner
She
too.
goes, "Are you feeding me yet?"
Well, would you like to
Yeah.
add anything else before we?
Well, just thanks for having us on, and
We do appreciate everything.
it's always fun to relive those days. It's been a 39-year love affair with doing something new a lot.
Yeah,
Well, that's awesome. Congrats on that.
yeah, really
39
cool.
years. That's awesome. And it's amazing. I mean, you guys just jump feet first in and go to Alaska. You know, just like, okay, we're going to go.
We're gonna
And
get a
you know what
farm.
we say about Alaska is we just loved it. But I wouldn't do that again. You know, has been there, done that. And,
Right.
yeah.
Check.
Maybe it'll be like that with the RVing too. You know, well, we just
I
loved
don't
it,
think
but
so. I
okay,
don't
we're
think
done.
so.
Yeah.
Just check off that bucket list, man.
Yeah, I don't think so. I don't know.
You know, life's too short not to
Right,
Exactly.
Right.
do what you love and get to see things and
right,
have adventure.
right.
Definitely. But we do appreciate you spending your time and talking to us and
Thanks for having
the
us.
story and you know, like I said, it's still got a few more weeks left with you before we take back out, and then we got to go down and eat some seafood together, and which would be really
Yes.
hard to do.
Right.
So, but anyway, guys, we appreciate you joining with us, and like I said, if you haven't seen the first video, make sure you go back and watch it. That's got a lot of information there, and we will be seeing you again next week. Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.